First, sub party people, how's everybody doing? Let me wipe this camera. How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. Let me just wipe this camera real quick and let me make sure that my microphone is on. It is on. How's everybody doing? We haven't been live for a couple of days. There is don't really want to go over it, but basically I think some people tried to get me arrested the other day. um yeah, so being out in public is crazy. I think some people tried to get me arrested. I think they tried to create a situation where they could call the police on me and get me arrested. That's a whole nother thing. I don't really want to get into that. In any regard, how's everybody doing this morning? I hope everybody's having a beautiful morning. Hope everybody's having a beautiful beginning to the week. We have a couple of things to talk about today real quick. I just want to let y'all know. So I got a response from Mysonne. I'm going to let y'all hear what the response from Mysonne is concerning this situation revolving around why he's responding now to Troy Ave and also why he didn't show up in the courtroom, just so we can be clear. I do not think his comment is bullshit. I think he has some good points that he actually made. And so we're going to talk about that. But before we get to any of that, I want to mention something. I want to mention two things. First, I want to mention is the LSU situation. For everybody that don't know, there's a young lady that plays for LSU. Her name is Angel Reese. First thing I want to tell you about this young lady is she used to play in Maryland. What ended up happening is she ended up getting an injury when she was at Maryland. So she sat for like 2 years or something like that. And then after that was over and she recovered, she was then able to re-sign and go play somewhere else. That's LSU. So there's another young lady. Shoot, I want to make sure I don't call her name wrong. She's basically considered to be the best, one of the best, or she's a Caucasian girl, and they're busy touting her as one of the best players in college basketball currently. She's good though. She's really, really good. So I'm not gonna pretend like that's not the case. Hold on, I want to make sure I get the girl's name real quick so I don't mispronounce it. Caitlin Clark. The girl's name is Caitlin Clark. She's actually a really good basketball player. I've seen her smoke in MFers, so it's not cat. So anyway, during the previous game, I believe, I don't think it was this game, I think it was the previous game, Caitlin Clark did the "you can't see me" thing to Reese and LSU. Nobody said anything. I don't know if it's this game or if it was a previous game. Nobody said anything. This girl, Caitlin Clark, the Caucasian woman, Caucasian young lady, she was not ostracized. The public didn't say anything. There was nothing. There was no comments. There was nothing. It was called being competitive. No, that's not Lil Boosie niece. She's on that team too, though. She was called being competitive. I just want to be clear on this. Now, I just want to say what my opinion is of Caitlin doing this, and then I'm going to say the thing, and then we're going to move on. So the first thing I want to say is this. I have zero problems with Caitlin doing this. I have no problem with her doing that. I have zero problems with Caitlin doing the "you can't see me" thing. Zero problems. That is competitive banter. That's a fact. Just like when Angel Reese did it and it pointed at her finger, that was competitive banter. This is those little things that they do that keep us down. This is the shit that gotta be acknowledged. This is because, let's just be clear on this. There's way more Caucasian people who are not racist than all at this period in history that we live in. I know a lot of times we see things that white people do and we say it's racism, Sometimes it's not racism. Sometimes they're doing the same thing that we would do if they was in our situation. They just got a different skin color. I'm just telling you what it is. So I'm saying that to say this. Sports media, you should be ashamed of yourself. ESPN and everybody else that spoke out against that young lady, you should be ashamed of yourself. Once again, she used to play at Maryland. She got injured. She probably thought her whole career was going away. For those that never played high level and then got injured, sometimes people go into deep depressions they never recover from. That's the part they don't tell you about. Some of us have homeboys who are standout athletes and never made it, but wanted to. I got a cousin, Val. He was gonna go play college basketball. He played football on our football team, the Blitz. He ended up getting clipped one game, undercut, and they tore his knees up, and that was the end of his basketball career because he was playing Pop Warner football with us hanging out. So sometimes there's incredible athletes that they don't get to where they got to go for whatever the reason might be. And when that injury comes, that shit hurt. So when you got somebody that recovers from what could possibly have been a career-ending injury, and then they do something that everybody is doing, and you call it unsportsmanlike, we need our own, and when I say we, I don't mean Caucasian black people. I mean people from the hood. We need our own media. I don't care if it's Caucasian people doing it. I don't care if it's Lithuanian people doing it. We need our own media that covers our own topics and discusses our own things. Until that happens, you'll never really truly understand and realize how they use media to control us. How all they got to do is put out a lie or two and somebody's life is ruined. Now, with that being said, there's one other thing I wanted to talk to before I get to the actual topic. Forgot what it was. Hold on. There's one other thing I wanted to discuss before we get to the actual topic. I don't know where it's at. I don't got the slightest idea. Oh, one more thing I wanted to discuss. Now, I got to be clear. I got to be careful when discussing this next topic because I'm just going to be clear with you. I'm just going to be clear to you. I got to be careful with discussing this topic. They're going to definitely hit our page if I say the wrong things. So I want to be clear about something. I don't care who the president is. I don't care if the president's a man. I don't care if the president's a woman. I don't care if the president is whatever. I don't care who the president is. They got whole entire towns that run perfectly and they elect like a dog as they damn mayor every year. This is a fact. Go look it up. There's this town. They elect like a dog. He's been the mayor for like the last 12 years or some shit. This is not cap. So I don't care who is our president. I want to be clear on this. But I want to also be clear on this. The person who we have as our president right now has obviously not run the country well. Now, I want to point something out, and I need y'all to understand. Abraham Lincoln was not assassinated having anything to do with the dang slaves. Abraham Lincoln having been assassinated has nothing to do with Caucasian black people. Has nothing to do with us. Abraham Lincoln was assassinated, and it had to deal with the banking system. Copy? There were some people that was trying to come in and control our banking system. How do you think the freaking Confederates had money? And coincidentally, the Confederates' money was like as big as a damn sheet of paper. There was people that was coming in trying to destroy, trying to take over our banking system here in America. Do you understand this? Do you know what just happened? Our banking system is about to be obsolete. Why? Because of the people that y'all voted into power. Now, I'm going to say this real quick, and then we're going to get off of this and get on to what we're talking about concerning Mysonne, Taxstone, and Troy Ave. But I need to say this real quick for the people that don't get it and don't know what's going on. America has been the most powerful dollar in on the planet for one reason and one reason only. The Arab countries promise to only trade their black gold, their oil, in American currency. I'm going to say this again. The Arab countries, during, I think in 1972, 1973, I forget when it was, they signed the treaty to only trade gold in American currency. So that meant that the whole entire world, when wanting to buy oil from that part of the world, they had to deal with American currency. Now, that probably shines some light on the Kuwait situation. That probably shines some light on the Desert Storm just in general. You'll know why if you spoke to some of the soldiers, and I have, because I have friends. Like, anyway, I used to work in security. People that come over from that leave, they usually work in security sometimes. I don't know what to tell you. In any regard, they'll tell you about they were guarding oil fields, oil reserves. That's what they was over there guarding. They'll tell you. This is not a secret. So I say all of that to say this. The Democrats are currently taking all of our money out of the country while our dollar is dwindling. What the hell do you, on a global scale, what the hell do you think is going to happen in the next couple of years while y'all busy trying to figure out how to stop the other guy from becoming president? Y'all busy trying to figure out how to stop one dude from becoming president when, while we have our current president, the whole entire world has just decided to turn their backs on us. I just need y'all to understand this. So in 5, 6, 7, 8 years from now, when chickens come home to roost, for all of the people that were saying vote Biden, I just want y'all to understand the chickens is coming to come home to roost, and there's not going to be any explanation you can give. 10 years from now, you're not going to be able to talk about how bad Trump is. They're trying to indict Trump for paying off a prostitute, homie. I need you to understand what's going on. They want to indict that dude for paying off a prostitute. You ever heard of a bachelor party? So they basically want to indict Trump for bachelor party antics. And you literally got dudes chanting to do this. I just want you to think about that for one moment. Especially all of you people saying Trump got to go. Go where? He's not nowhere right now. They're indicting him due to the bachelor party antics. I don't know what to tell you. I think it's bananas. In any regard, let's get to the show. Give me 1 second. This is bananas. I don't know what y'all talking about. For bachelor party shit? Blow my nose, hold on. Just want to be clear on that. All of y'all people talking about indict them for bachelor party shit. This is what we indicting them for. Not for an actual crime. We indicting him for some shit that happens in the movies Porky's. I ain't got time for this. In any regard, Mysonne responds back to Jack Frost in our comments. I'm very happy he responded in the comments. He could have just fucking DM me or some shit. But there's so many fake DMs in me that like he probably don't even know how to he probably tried. Gotta find it. All right, so shout out to the Porky's reference. And also, shout out to New Lane Entertainment. Shout out to New Lane Entertainment. Salute. I got some things to say real quick. So basically, my son, he posted it. He sent it 2 days ago. So he sent it like right after we posted. He says, my man code stopped me from saying anything or showing up to court because I was never okay with Troy Ave and realized he was responsible for Banger's death. And out of respect for the family, I remained quiet until after the trial. I didn't want to interfere with their pursuit of justice, so I held my comments until after the phony clown testified to escape his accountability respectfully. I'm going to read that one more time. Mysonne writes in our chat, in our comment section, my man code stopped me from saying anything or showing up to court because I was never okay with Troy Ave. Realized he was responsible for Banger's death, and out of respect for the family, I remained quiet until after the trial. I didn't want to interfere with their pursuit of justice, so I held my comments until the phony clown testified to escape his own accountability respectfully. First of all, good comment. There's a couple of things I'm going to say. It is what it is, but I think that this was a good reply, just in general, just so we can be clear. Also, we got 97 people here. Can we hit that like button, please? Just in general, I thought this was a good reply. I thought this was a good reply. I thought this was a good reply, just so we can be clear. So there's a lot of things that I don't talk about because it didn't happen in court. And we're going to talk about the shit that happened in court, right? So at the end of the day, something I just want y'all to be aware of. At the end of the day, if Taxstone had been beefing with Troy Ave all of this time, Banger's on Troy Ave team. So that means that all of this time, Taxstone has been beefing with Banger's family, and Troy Ave, and everybody that Troy Ave is with. So you can't really expect for certain people who's been rocking with Troy Ave and against Taxstone all this time to just decide that they're gonna now be against Taxstone, pardon me, for Taxstone and against Troy Ave, just so we can be clear. Just so we can be clear. All right. So now I'm going to tell you the problem I have with the comment. I wish I could just speak with him in person. It'd be much better content and easier to understand. But he says that his man code stopped him from saying or showing up to court. I'm not sure how your man code prevents you from showing up to court. Are you trying to say that you was being supportive of Banger and against Taxstone? So you didn't want to show up to court? Why? Because you didn't want to upset Charlemagne? R.I.P. Banger, that's a fact. So I'm not clear. Is he saying he don't want to upset? Who does he not want to upset? He says he realized Troy Ave did the thing. So is he going to come to court and be supportive of Taxstone? If anybody understands exactly what he's trying to say here, put it in the chat. Once again, I think it's a good comment. I don't think I understand it in its entirety, but I think it's a good reply. And we appreciate the brother for replying back. And I can respect what he said. But I want to be clear about something. I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. From this standpoint, he's basically saying he believes Taxstone is innocent. Does anybody else hear that, or am I the only person that hears that? From this comment, it sounds like he's saying he believes Taxstone is innocent. Anybody else hear that, or is that just me? Because if he believes Taxstone is innocent, I got a different issue. Look, I'm gonna read it again. Maybe I need some help interpreting this. Interpreting this. I'm bringing it to you guys. Maybe I can use your assistance interpreting what he says. Maybe I'm not clear. But hold on. My man Cole stopped me from saying anything or showing up to court because I never was okay with Troy Ave. Okay, you didn't fuck with Troy Ave. I get that. So you was never cool with Troy Ave. Okay. But this is Taxstone's trial. Am I missing something? Is he saying he didn't show up the day Troy Ave was there because he was never cool with Troy Ave? Maybe that. I'm not. So I'm asking you guys. I think it was a good response, just so we can be clear. I don't think it was a complete response, but I do think it was a good response. He says he was never okay with Troy Ave. He realized he was responsible for Banger's death, which is argumentative. And out of respect for the family, I remained quiet until after the trial. Okay, boom. I didn't want to interfere with their pursuit of justice. So you believe that Taxstone is guilty? Or do you believe Taxstone is innocent? If you believe Taxstone is innocent, because you are saying Troy Ave is responsible for Banger's death, so you believe that Taxstone is innocent or guilty? Or is it more complicated than that? Okay, so Problematic says, I believe he thinks Tax is innocent because he said Troy responsible. So why is everybody okay with Taxstone going to jail for a crime he didn't commit if that they don't believe he committed? Because somebody help me with that part. I'm not saying he's innocent. I'm not saying he's guilty. He was found guilty in a court of law. So he's guilty as far as the court of law is concerned. So I'm not here to argue that point. What I'm saying is there's people that believe that he's innocent. How do you feel comfortable standing on the side and watching a man go to jail that you believe is innocent? Am I wrong? Do that not make sense? Or am I wrong? What does checkmate mean? I don't know what that means. Can you explain to me what checkmate means? Is this like a personal thing you got going on with me? Or is this not personal and it's just you talking about the situation? Or can you explain what checkmate means? Are you trying to say like bingo, like I hit the nail on the head somewhere? Can you give any? Oh, my logic is sound. Nah, I was just trying to. I don't. Y'all don't understand how often I be thinking people is agreeing with me and they all aren't. How many times I think people aren't agreeing with me and they am. So that just all came out wrong. But you get what I'm saying. All right. L Boogie says, black hood people are crazy. I'm for what's right, not wrong. But in this situation, people mean to mind their business. Rest in peace, Finger. Trife did a good interview yesterday. Who Trife interview with? The activist Mysonne can't see past his personal feelings towards Troy Ave. That's sad. Um, I'm gonna say this much. Me and Trife had an extremely dope conversation. I wish I recorded it, and I wish y'all was there. But me and Trife had an extremely dope conversation. And I don't know. Maybe he'll talk with us. Maybe we'll go search out the interview. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. Street Ninjas, Problematic says Street Ninjas, if they like you, they'll be okay with you snitching. But if it's somebody they don't like who rats, they want to snitch the police and inform such things such as a rat. D. Smith says Troy Ave is cooking Mano, old man, played himself. Overlord Jones says, I think they want to pin everything on Troy Ave, but the people on the wiretap says different, so all street logic goes out the window. Dre says Mano talked about Troy Ave chain. Meanwhile, he had it on in the video. You were at the trial and you witnessed the difficulties of getting things into the evidence. You heard inside details that weren't shared with the public. No, that's a fact. I heard a lot of details that weren't shared with the public. I heard some of the details that the family didn't hear because I was there sometimes when the family wasn't there. Both families wasn't there. I was there at times when none of them was in the room. So I've heard things that there's a lot of evidence that was not allowed in on both sides. I just want to be clear about that. Some of the evidence, I don't think, and I want to be clear on this. I want to be 100% clear on this. I don't think Taxstone would be in jail if he had people that took the stand. And if they had people that took the stand, they would have been able to get other evidence in. I don't think Taxstone would have got found guilty. I think Taxstone got found guilty because nobody wanted to take the stand. Period. I think Taxstone got found guilty because they wasn't able to find. You said you got a room of 80 people, 60 people, and you only can get 2 people to testify, and one of them is sketchy, and then the other one is basically repeating back the same thing that the other guy that the prosecution's witness said. So this is just my personal opinion. I think if Taxstone could have got people to testify for him, he'd be free. Why do you think I keep bringing it up? Taxstone would not have been found. I've seen the evidence. Almost all of the actual evidence that they brought out was against Troy Ave. Almost all of the actual evidence that they brought out, the prosecution, was against Troy Ave. Yeah, Esquire kept it. Montgomery Esquire. Esquire kept saying the shit. Like, I'm busy sitting there, and I'm like, we like day 2 or some shit. And I'm like, wait, so this is all Troy Ave evidence. This is all evidence against Troy Ave. I don't understand this shit. But it worked out the way it did. I don't know what to tell you. I believe if Taxstone would have had some people that would have took the stand in his defense, he wouldn't have got found guilty, period. I don't know what to tell you. Problematic says, first of all, stretches, soft plastic swagging. I don't know what the hell. Says Yahtzees. Problematic. I was just about to read that. Yeah, so I don't know what to tell you. Like, on some real shit. Like, no cap. I believe that he would have got found not guilty. Especially after Troy Ave took the stand. Absolutely. Especially after Troy Ave took the stand and started making fun of the lawyer who's obviously paid out of his mind, making fun of the suit he's wearing. Like, that didn't make sense. It is what it is. You heard says that's checkmate by Tax going so hard on Troy and taking the stand. That same word sword took him down because he didn't even ask anybody to take the stand for him. and it wouldn't have been hypocritical. I don't know if Tax asked anyone to take the stand, but you got to have those. I'm telling you right now, you got to have those guys with you that don't have no crimes, not committing no crimes, don't know about no crimes, ain't talking about crimes all day on the phone. You got to hang out with these guys. What up, my muscle? Says, then when dude was telling on girl to do the bop, nobody getting around it, yeah? Stretches says, unfortunately, all witnesses for Tax would have been slaughtered on the stand on their backgrounds and may have made him worse. I think generally speaking, yeah, but I don't think so in regards to what I saw in the jury. I think you have people in the jury that were able to remove a person's personal conduct to whatever their testimony was. If they weren't able to do that, then Taxstone would have got slaughtered. You understand? Taxstone would have got slaughtered if they weren't able to do that, because there was some people not believing, at least from my perspective of me sitting in the courtroom. There were a couple of police officers and a couple of people that work for the NYPD that they did that the jury was not jacking. And I'm telling you this from me being in the courtroom. You could just look at them and tell that there was just some people that was part of the NYPD that the jury just your testimony, you just a liar. We don't fuck with you. My muscle says, I remember when Mysonne back in the day with Rap of the Game, he's always been a side buster. Oh man. we not here to drag Mysonne this morning. Swaggin says, unfortunately, all witnesses for Tax would have got slaughtered. So I think more than anything else, and just so we can be clear, we don't know all of the people that was in that room. There could have been people that was in that room that weren't criminals. Like, you're just assuming everybody in there was criminals. Like, you do know that there are affluent people that hang around people who are criminals sometimes. But these guys can't take the stand because somebody's gonna call them a snitch. So that means that if you see a crime happen and you see somebody about to go to jail for something they didn't do, you got to let them go to jail. And I think that's bananas. And I think we need to do something about that. I think that only hurts us. That makes it so that the people actually committing the crimes are free. The people who didn't commit the crimes are all locked up. Like, so I don't understand this. That's all the fucking street code does. Stretches says he has many appeal issues with none of the experts being present in the court to be crossed. No, that's not a reason to have an appeal. Instead of the representatives attesting to the evidence chain of commit. No, that's not a reason for an appeal. That's not a reason for an appeal. If you want to explain to me why that's a reason for an appeal, I'll go further into why it's not. But I'm just telling you it's not a reason for an appeal. That's not a reason for an appeal. Yeah, just because it happened in your case doesn't mean that that's something that could happen all the way around. And also, we don't believe when people say, yo, it happened to me. How do I know that happened to you? Get out of here. Capping ass nigga. The street code that none of them even live by themselves. The street code that none of them even fully live by themselves, but want to hold everyone and everybody to standards they don't even live by. No, the street code is just that's just the new level of slave mentality. That's all. That's how they keep us enslaved. You understand what I'm saying? They tell us what kind of rules we gotta live by so they can make it so that the people that ain't up to no good, the people that don't got no good intentions, evil people, have the ability to attack other people. You understand what I'm saying? That's all that's about. Nobody said anything about the chain of command not being important, nor the chain of. Nobody said that. Nobody said that. Nobody said that at all. You're just bringing a thing up. You're just saying a thing that you know that don't even apply in this case. Now I'm just going to treat you like a troll, just so we can be clear. I'm just going to assume you're a troll until you show me different. There is no chain of anything what chain's been broken, by the way. This thing that you're saying that's been broken, tell me what it is. You're just saying the thing that you don't know nothing about. Tell me the thing that's been broken. I'm going to keep talking, and then you could put it in the chat. Whatever this chain is that you think's been broken, just so we can be clear. Whatever this chain is that you think been broken, just so we can be clear. Whatever chain this is, let us know. So my opinion is that Taxstone would possibly beat Taxstone could have possibly have beat this charges, because I'm just gonna say this much, and I'm not here to advocate for him beating charges, and I'm not here to advocate for him not beating charges. But I need y'all to explain. I need to explain something. If he wants an appeal, that means brand new evidence needs to come up out of nowhere that nobody knew existed. That means that they have to find somewhere in the case that the courts made a problem. They have to find somewhere where his attorney was not good. They're just saying things and you don't even know how it applies. There's stretches, guys, just saying things and you don't even know how it applies. Shout out to Philly's Finest. Salute. Shout out to New Lane Entertainment also. I think he turned out the best. Look, I don't think, I want to be clear about something. From what I heard in court, I just didn't think he was going to be able to beat the manslaughter charge. I just didn't think that he was going to be able to beat that one. It just wasn't going to happen. Not from what I heard in court. But also from what I heard in court, I didn't see any reason at all. Nobody said you disrespected me. You're trying to create a thing. I'm about to kick you in a minute, so don't worry about it. I was hoping he got self-defense, but in New York, it's tough. They couldn't bring up the self-defense defense because even though they proved that he was attacked, the prosecution's own witness shown that he was attacked, right? The prosecution's own witness, Troy Ave, they said that they jumped on him first. Boom. See, the issue is this. First thing, you can't be online all day talking crazy about somebody else, and then when y'all get into an altercation, you say that it was self-defense. No jury is going to let you off for that, period. I don't care what happens. There's no jury in America that's going to say you was busy stalking this person online, because that's what they're going to call it. You were busy stalking this person online for who knows how long. And then y'all finally come into contact with one another and an altercation happens. There's no way, there's no jury that isn't going to say you were asking for that energy. There's no jury. Unless the jury is just actually racist. Unless the jury actually is biased. There's no jury that's going to say that that's okay. Now, as far as them jumping Taxstone, Troy Ave says it on the stand. I'm not here to argue that with you. I'm not here to argue at all any of that with you. Troy Ave says quite obviously on the stand. They saw Taxstone. He thought he heard something. He ain't hear it, but he thought he heard it. And then Banger said a thing, and then I winked at him, and then we went upside this fool head. He said that on the stand. So that's not of a question. You understand? I'm not questioning that. He said that on the stand, flat out. We saw him and we stepped to his business. He said that on the stand. You think the prosecution would have had him say that on the stand if these dudes had the ability to say self-defense? Stop believing these damn lawyers when they keep telling you you could go self-defense. That shit is not like that in New York. And it damn sure isn't like that nowhere in America if you got a million texts talking about a fool. You got a million checks talking to a million dudes talking about a fool. Finis Finance says, so you're right. Tax did the most with his trolling, but Clown Ave actually tried to put his hands on him in person. Yeah, but see, that don't matter. Y'all don't get it. Y'all just don't get it. I think I'm just gonna kick you. I don't even want to find out what you're doing. Yeah, like people, you just don't get it. I don't get it. People are tired of internet niggas. People is tired of niggas getting on the internet and talking crazy all day to other people. People are tired of this shit. Shout out to Darkwing. Salute. People are tired of this shit. You're gonna see more and more people get ran up on, and then they're gonna go to court, and there's gonna be a whole history of them stalking somebody, and the jury is gonna look the other way. I promise you. No, I'm not saying it made them right, just so we can be clear. I'm not saying nobody was right for putting their hands on anyone. I'm not saying that at all. Please don't think I'm saying that. I don't think it got nothing to do with people being thin-skinned. People are tired of evil people. People are just tired of this shit. People are just tired of it. I don't know no other way to put it. You don't think people is tired of it? People is tired of people that's just being cruel for no reason. Now, I'm not saying that that's Taxstone's situation. I'm not saying Taxstone didn't have a reason for going at him. I'm not saying none of that. But I'm saying we do live in a world where people are just cruel and evil to other people for no reason. And there are a lot of people that's just getting tired of it. Selective outrage. Mad at Troy Ave Benga, but mad at Lil Tim Boy for shooting King Vaughn and putting hands on Quando Rondo. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Selective anger. I think everybody was pissed off at all of those situations, just so we can be clear. Mad at Troy Ave Benga, but mad at Lil Tim Boy. Yes, that's two totally different situations. They do that all the time, though, Philly's finest. Now do you see why I say people be trolling me? They're gonna do that. They do that. The dude did that earlier. They do that all the time. They say shit that don't got nothing to do with what I'm talking about and think they making a good argument. They do that shit all the time. He thinks that's a good argument, though. That don't even make sense. Mad at Troy Ave Mega, but mad at. That don't even make sense. I don't understand how that makes sense. That sounds like two different situations to me. That sound like two different situations to me. Two completely different situations. They just, I guess they. This is another reason why I be thinking people just be racist, because they think whenever something happened to black people, it's the same thing like that other thing that happened to black people. Like, you know, understand what I'm saying? Like, people really be thinking like that. Like, yo, that's the same thing like that. No, it's not. It's not the same thing. It's not close. But you know, fuck it. It's not the same thing. It's not close. But you know, fuck it. What you gonna do? It's not the same thing in any regard. In any regard. I'm gonna say this much. Um, I appreciate Mysonne's reply back. It doesn't explain enough for me. Uh, you don't F with Troy Ave, so therefore you didn't want to show Taxstone any love. Or I'm gonna tell you what it is. I think dudes just don't want to piss Charlemagne off. Like, I guess I think dudes just don't want to piss Charlemagne off, just so we could be. I think dudes just want to piss Charlemagne off. That's all. That's what I think it is. That's what I think it is. Just to be honest with you. That's what I think it is more than anything else. Said, what about me? What up, DJ? Said, what about me? Just so we could be clear, some dude said the person that is on one of the most popular morning shows in America, as far as hip hop is concerned, doesn't have any power. I just want you to for that to resonate in your brain. I need for y'all to let that resonate in your brain sometime. Charlemagne is on one of the most, on if not the most popular morning hip hop show. Charlemagne is on a show that if you want to break something, you have to go on his show to break it. Charlemagne had deals with HBO and numerous other major networks. Charlemagne. So you're saying Charlemagne. So who in media, black media, has more reach than Charlemagne? The person that says Charlemagne doesn't have any power. Who in black media? There are some people, but I'm curious. Who in black media do you consider to be over Charlemagne? Individual that said that, all of those things. Reaper Keeper said, bingo, you just hit the nail on the head, Jack. These dudes jumping out the window trying to win tax. Years of Taxstone bad behavior is just doing favors for Charlemagne, but Charlemagne won't speak on it. I didn't say that he did or didn't lose a deal. He was in negotiations with HBO. Have you ever been in negotiations with HBO? Janice Spence? I'm just asking. Has HBO ever called you up and had you in negotiations? Because there's nothing to be in negotiations with HBO, right? Janice Spence, it's nothing. Being negotiations with HBO don't mean anything, right? Justice for Jessica Reed. If she needs justice, let her have justice. You think Bomani Jones in hip hop? I'm not talking to those guys anymore. Do we got any other any reasonable people in here, or am I only going to be talking to zealots? Reaper Keeper says Charlemagne has a lot of power, especially in the black media community. He has the keys to the bags for people. He can get deals. He can get people deals or ruin your deals. That's what I assume. Deep Thought says we have a job to have to remain silent and unseen. I respect that. We have a job and have to remain silent and unseen. I respect that. DJ Science Kid says salute to the chat. Can anyone hit the like button, get the video on the algorithm? Thank you to the BBN fam. No, you didn't. You spoke about a thing that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. I said, name me somebody who is over Charlemagne in black media. Name me somebody. All you did was tell me Bomani has a show at HBO. That's not answering my question. I'm asking you who has more power than Charlemagne in black media. No, you haven't answered my question not one time. You're just saying more questions. You're gaslighting. You're just saying more questions. All right. Anybody else got anything else to talk about? Because obviously these two, they just gonna keep doing what they doing. They don't have no way. They can't prove nothing I said to be incorrect. They just gonna keep talking. Sorry about that, road runner. My apologies. Oprah Winfrey. I'm not even gonna laugh at this shit. But look how far this dude had to go with Oprah. You had to say Oprah, homie. So Janice Spence says no one right now in black media has more power in hip hop media than Charlemagne. So what am I saying that's wrong? So tell me what I'm saying is wrong. For the Janice Spence didn't agree with me, and but he's not media. He's not part of media. Diddy is something else. He's not part of media. Janice Spencer didn't agree with me, and now she says that I'm right. What the fuck, fam? So y'all just come in here and just tell me I'm wrong about shit just to be doing it. Sheesh, fam. Can we get some of y'all that been in here for the last couple of weeks up in here commenting, please? Or I'm gonna have to go back to not commenting, not reading the comments. Because look who I'm talking to. This is crazy. This is crazy. I don't know. I can't explain this shit. So y'all just coming here to say the opposite of what I'm saying? Like we can't build on nothing? You just gotta like we can't build on nothing. I can't come up with an idea and a concept and then we pull up and we build on that. I just gotta come up with an idea and a concept and y'all pull up and try to tear it down. We can't never build on nothing. And yeah, anybody that needs justice, let justice be done. But I'm going to say it like this to keep it a stack. I don't see him being prosecuted for that. And I don't know if he did it. And I don't know if he didn't do it. But until we get to court, nobody knows anything. And then on top of that, didn't he already plead to something? That shit should be gone. So we going to talk about this shit forever? I don't feel comfortable with talking about shit forever after somebody gets found not guilty. I don't feel comfortable doing that. Or somebody plead out. I don't feel comfortable doing it. I don't know if he did do it. I'm not knowing he didn't do it. I know he pled out to something and there was a whole lot of shit going on. And more importantly, and this is more importantly, the most important aspect of any of this, he was a grown man that went to some teenagers' crib and the parents let him go. That's all I got to say. He didn't kidnap those girls or nothing. And I'm not getting on that. But he didn't kidnap them or nothing. He showed up to their house. Their parents let him go. Their parents thought they was going to get into the music industry or some shit. I don't have the slightest idea. It didn't work out that way. I'm sorry for everybody involved. But this is not the, we bring up things in order to try to, we're not doing that. Reaper Keeper says, Jack, this is proven that they are mentally unhealthy people on the internet who troll people. Exactly what Tax was obsessed with Troy over 7 years. Tax spent the last 11 years of his wife worrying about one man. Yeah, you can talk about 6ix9ine. Um, Free the Tate brothers. One of them got freed. We are not freeing R. Kelly. They keeping R. Kelly. I'm removing that whole comment. They keeping R. Kelly. R. Kelly needs to be kept. They need to keep R. Kelly. They need to clone them and keep both of them. They need to figure out a way to make that nigga stay in jail forever. Keep him. What R. Kelly did was terrible. And all of those people that helped them, they need to figure out a way to put them in jail. Give me 1 second. Be right back. Ah, there we go. All right, so there was something I wanted to say about 6ix9ine today. Also, thank you for reminding me. Um, uh, He got more views and he not number one. I don't understand what you mean by that. Deep Thought says only out of town people. The white name tell us something, and most of us follow blindly. Reaper Keeper says Charlemagne the God has the power to have your YouTube channel or whatever platform you're on taken down if he don't like what you say. I'm gonna say this much, right? So, and I want to be clear on this. Let me make sure I got this shit plugged in before that shit die. And I want to be clear on this. I don't think people. This is okay. So I don't think people understand how the industry works, right? So if you don't think Charlemagne has power, he's on a morning show that has been the most popular morning show on radio in America for how many years, as far as hip hop is concerned? What moves the algorithm on the planet? Hip hop. So the thing that pushes our society, hip hop, he is a host of the program, what is arguably the most popular morning program. And you don't think that people want to be in his good graces? You don't think people would prefer not to have a problem or issue with him whenever possible? I don't want a problem or issue with the guy, but I don't want to have a problem or issue with anyone. I'm not making it seem like the dude has anything, Dre Smith. You're just trying to find anything to argue with me over. And it's okay. You got a mental disorder. I get it. So you're just here to figure out a way to have an argument with me. I get it. You have a mental disorder. I get it. Reaper Keeper says, last thing I say was about Charlemagne. Don't y'all who watch Kwame remember him saying Charlemagne had people threatening him with calls, driving by his home, calling his family members? I had some weird shit happen to me on the train the other day. I am not never going outside with my speaker ever again because I have to make sure that I think some people are trying to send me to jail. Janet Smith, the others are catching up with the Breakfast Club. It's no longer the go-to. The audience looks like Gilly and Nori podcast now. Yeah, but that's not necessarily my point, but cool. Just watch Dre Smith's comments. Watch every single comment he has is to be divisive. And he's going to say he's not against what we're doing over here. He's just looking for some way to argue at so he could try to sound smart. And that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, but you know, everything you just said, Janice, actually proves my point. The dude Dre Smith don't even understand everything that you said. Prove my point. He just think he doesn't even understand. You're literally agreeing with me. Now do you understand why I tell you that there's people in here that they not that bright? You don't even understand everything that you just said. Agree with me. You don't even understand. You think you're being argumentative towards me. Reaper Keeper said Breakfast Club just got a TV deal. They're now on TV, bigger audience now. Now you see why Homegirl had to go. In any regard, let's get back to the Mysonne conversation real quick. So I got a question. Mysonne says, I got a question. Janice Spence is just a hater. She's just a hater. You just hate. Like, how could y'all hate on other people winning, yo? I don't understand. I don't understand how you could hate on other people winning. Like, I really don't get it. Could somebody please explain to me why you would hate on someone winning? Like, and especially if they're not doing it in a manner where they're destroying other people. Like, why would you hate? I don't understand. You're hating so hard. I understand what you're saying. That the dude that's in here just saying the opposite of everything that I say, he don't even know some of the things that you're saying is actually agreeing with me. That's how hard you hating, Janice. I just want to, just so we can be clear. Right now, you are hating so hard on Charlemagne that the dude that's in here that's just trying to argue with me about whatever, he think that you're agreeing with him. No, go read his comments. And in a minute, he's going to tell me I'm wrong for saying that he's not that smart. This is what I'm dealing with, fam. And how you write LMAO? There's a whole laughing emoji. You lazy. Janice is lazy. There's a whole laughing emoji. How the hell you write LMAO? There's an emoji for that. You know what? I don't think Janice is a real woman. What woman doesn't want to use a damn laughing emoji? What a woman doesn't want to use emojis? I think emojis only exist because of women. I think emojis only exist because of women. Shout out to you non-using emoji woman. I don't believe you. You don't use emojis. The only reason why emojis exist is because of women's. She's still not using emojis. All right, so let's get back to the Mysonne comment real quick. Mysonne commented on our chat. I'm assuming he commented on our chat because he was a topic of discussion the other day, so I think he wants to make it clear. I'm gonna read this comment one more time. I want to know what you guys think about it. His comment goes, "My man code stopped me from saying anything or showing up to court because I was never okay with Troy Ave. Realized he was responsible for Banger's death, and out of respect for the family, I remained quiet until after the trial. I didn't want to interfere with their pursuit of justice, so I held my comments until after the phony clown testified to escape his own accountability. Respectfully." That was his comment. I find problems in there, but I do want to say I commented back. I could respect that. I commented back. I respect that, just so we could be clear. Um, I respect that. But I am going to say this much. If we know or we believe that a person is innocent of a crime, are we supposed to stand back and allow for that person to go and without speaking up for them? In the Bible, it says that if we know the right thing to do and we don't do the right thing, that's a sin. I'm going to say this again. In the Bible, it says that if we know what the right thing to do is, but we don't do it, that's a sin. Did we get our word today? Yeah, I could read you a sentence. I could read you a line. I actually can't. Let me see if I can duck all of this other stuff real quick. John 12, line 13, verse 12, line 13. And they took palm branches and went out to meet him, shouting, Hosanna, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Blessed is the King of Israel. John verse 12, line 13. And they took palm branches and went out to meet him, shouting, Hosanna, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Blessed is the King of Israel. Amen. All right, so like, how are we supposed to deal with that? Like, you do know that if you know the right thing and don't do the right thing, you are committing a sin. Okay, so for the people that don't get it, sins are created in our minds. My muscle says you come with so many facts and mic drops. The ones that don't want to admit you on point are compelled to troll. Shout out to my muscle. Shout out to the few. I'm just my dude. I don't know. NYC facts says that's bullying and not stalking. Which one is bullying and not stalking? Just so we can be clear, I want to be on the same page as you, my brother. So just so we could be clear, if you know the right thing to do and you don't do the right thing, that is a sin. I'm going to tell you what hurts us the most. The what hurts us the most is that people really believe that there's only 10 sins. I'm going to say this again. What hurts us the most is that people really believe that only 10 sins exist. There's only 10 sins. There's only 10 things that we're supposed to do. And if we do those 10 things, we're going to be in the Lord's graces. No, 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 no. And to add insult to injury, the more technology advances, the more things we're actually now not supposed to do, because the more things we're capable of doing. So the more you are capable of doing, there's a higher standard that you're being held to for the things that you're not supposed to do in order to be right in the Most High's light. So I just want to be clear on this. And I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. If you know the right thing to do, and then you do not do what is the right thing to do, that is a sin. There's no getting around that. There's no going around that. That's a factual statement. Clear? If you are liking the show today, or appreciating the content even now or even in the past or whatever the case is, our super chat is back. You could also rejoin the green team if you would like. We need as many green team people as possible. And we have our Cash App pinned. So if you would like to show any appreciation for the content that we do over here, for the work that we do over here, I'd appreciate y'all pulling up. Also, depending on what happens today, I'm going to start doing a thing on the page from now on. And from now on, as long as there's good weather, if in the morning we have good, if y'all showing up in the morning to the Cash App specifically, we're going to start finding things to do. I need a small community of y'all, maybe 2 or 3 people, all that live in New York City, preferably, so we can find some things to go do that are during the day. So I can have some day stuff for us to go do during the day. And because the summer's coming back, and there's going to be a ton of things to do in New York City if I'm still here. If we move, then we'll do it in whatever city that I'm in. Just so we can be clear. And also, shout out to New Lane Entertainment, salute. Also want to give a shout out to some other people, but I'm not. Let's get to it. All right, so back to this dude's Mysonne's comment real quick. Look, if you know the right thing to do and you don't do the right thing, that is a sin. So if Mysonne is saying, and I'm not saying that he's saying this, if Mysonne is saying that Also, being responsible for what happened to somebody and doing it to the person is two different things. So I am not in any way saying that Mysonne is saying that Troy Ave fired the gun that created the situation. I am not saying that. Being responsible for something and doing something are two different things. You understand? Like if you know that a guy he takes advantage of women, and you send some girl in a situation where that guy can take advantage of her, you didn't do the thing, but you are responsible. If you understand, so I understand the difference between doing a thing and being responsible. I don't want to make it sound like I'm saying that he did the thing, just so we can be clear. He's saying responsible. And I think that there are quite a few other people that feel, I think there's quite a few people that feel a similar way, just so we can be clear. NYC facts, what's bullying and not stalking? I'm curious. So there are quite a few people that I believe feel the same way. But I want to mention something about 6ix9ine real quick, but I'll give it a minute. So I want to be clear about something in regards to the Mysonne comment that he left on the page, and that is Mysonne's page, by the way. I went and checked. It's his page. Appreciate the brother for responding back. Would love to have the brother on the show one day. I appreciate what they're doing over there. I appreciate everything that they're doing as far as getting the word out and how they try to, when I say they, I mean Until Freedom, Queen Tamika Mallory, how they try to get the word out and try to have good things happen for us in our community. I'm 100% on board with that. I'm here for that, just so we can be clear. This is something I'm here for. I'm not in no way trying to bash the brother or take the brother down or anything like that. So we're not doing that. Then no way. But I do think that people are not getting close to this case. See, since this is my point. Obviously, the family of Benga and his family, they wanted a guilty verdict on all counts, especially the major counts, because they believe Taxstone to be the what up, Chopper? Taxstone to be the culprit, just so we can be clear. And they have that right. And I'm not saying that they're wrong, just so we can be clear. So I want to know what Mysonne showing up to the courtroom. I guess he's saying he didn't show up to the courtroom because he's not on tax side. And there's no reason for him to show up to the courtroom. So if there's no reason for you to show up to the courtroom, I'm still going to say kings stop killing kings. I think this was a great opportunity that they missed. Yeah, Trife was on Doggy Diamonds, I heard. This was a great opportunity, I believe, that they missed. Period. I think this was a great opportunity. I think that this was an outstanding opportunity that those dudes were supposed to pull up and they missed it. I think they should have had, but they couldn't. Which one was he on? Here comes Marion. Shout out to Marion. I haven't been live for a couple of days, so I get it. I get it. Copy. I do not want that guy's name in my chat, though. Them is the dudes that like to try to argue with me. I don't say their name in my chat. Doggy Diamonds is cool. Them other dudes that they use the YouTube to argue back and forth with each other, please don't put their name in my chat. Shout out to that. I'm pretty sure it was a pretty good interview. Since no one knows what's going on, he's just basically going on these guys' platform and telling them what happened. Shout out to that. I fuck with MREC. So as soon as I say don't put people names in here, you're just gonna say different channels' names. And I told you that I told you he was gonna kick Dre Smith sooner or later. I'm gonna wait for him to say a channel name I don't like, and I'm gonna kick him off the strength of that. Since you're trying to find a channel name I don't like, right? Or a channel name that want to argue with me, right? Find them. I'm gonna kick you as soon as you say it. I like MREC and I like Doggy Diamonds. Nah, keep going. Okay. Nah. You good, Chopper? No, Chopper. You good? I know you didn't do that to be a ass. I don't think you did that to be a jerk. You're not one of those people that just come in here and say the opposite of everything that I say. You understand? Like there's people that just come in here and just say the opposite of everything that I say. That shit's annoying. Like imagine having a little kid follow you around and all they doing is every single thing that you do, they just saying the opposite. That shit is annoying. Now imagine that person's a whole grown adult and they just following you around in every single thing that you say, they arguing with you over. That's annoying. That's what that Dre Smith guy is doing. He's just annoying. Like nobody, I'm just gonna kick him. He's just gonna go get another account. So that's the only reason why I just haven't kicked him yet. That shit's annoying. The fuck want to deal with that? Nobody want to deal with that. That shit's annoying, fam. What up, Charlie Champion? How you doing, baby girl? Hope everything is going well with you and yours. Could I want to mention this 6ix9ine thing real quick? Could I mention this 6ix9ine thing real quick? I want to mention this 6ix9ine thing real quick. So them idiots that taped themselves attacking 6ix9ine have been arrested. So the idiots that attacked 6ix9ine and taped themselves have been arrested. I want to be clear on something. Oh, my nose. I want to be clear on something, and I want y'all to have a full understanding of this. Them dudes is about to be caught up in the jail system for so long, it ain't gonna be funny. It ain't gonna be funny. I want to be clear on this. Listen and pay attention. Listen and pay attention. Listen and pay attention. You see, when 6ix9ine was in court and he was getting his sentencing, Judge Engelmeyer said that if anybody put their hands on him, they're going to have the full federal government come down on them. So I need for you to understand that those dudes that did that to 6ix9ine, they're about to make an example out of them dudes. Them dudes is about to get all the examples made out of them as possibly could be made. I'm going to explain why. I told y'all, 6ix9ine is the barometer for them to get niggas to start snitching. Who told y'all that? Who told y'all that? There's only one guy that told y'all that. There's only one guy that told y'all that. Everybody piggybacked off of him. Because I was saying this before the Treyway's trial even ended. Do you remember when everybody was saying 6ix9ine? Not everybody, but a lot of people were saying 6ix9ine is going to get 10 years. 6ix9ine is going to get these many years. 6ix9ine is going to get those many years. And I kept telling y'all, they're not going to give 6ix9ine nothing. They're not going to give 6ix9ine nothing. Do y'all remember? Yeah, I just hit somebody with bags. Y'all can drop bags, by the way. I've been hitting people with bags. I done hit like 2 of them. I just don't be telling y'all. Yeah, I've been hitting people with bags. I just hasn't been telling y'all because I've been trying to keep the show going. Look, check this out. I just want y'all to be clear about something. 6ix9ine is a federal informant. He took the stand in a federal case. He's a federal informant. These idiots just violated a federal informant on camera. Do you understand how much of a game that was not? That was not fake. I do not think that was fake. Them dudes is about to go to jail. They're going to do all the time. On top of that, I heard these dudes is in their 30s and their 40s. They not coming home, homie. Could it be fake? I guess. But as far as the federal government is concerned, niggas is now snitching. 6ix9ine is the nigga that they hold up to say, look, nothing is going to happen to you. .6ix9ine is the dude that they hold up to say nothing going to happen to you. .6ix9ine is that guy. Them dudes is done. If they give them dudes 10 years, that's their life. No, I'm going to tell you why he got his ass whooped. He got his ass whooped because he was talking shit about Puerto Ricans. And then in that case, he was talking shit about the freaking, the niggas that wear yellow. Don't ask me why I can't remember right now at the moment. Latin Kings. Shout out to the Latin Kings. Salute. So he was talking shit about the Latin Kings. I'm going to say something. First of all, that's crazy. That's crazy to be talking shit about all the Puerto Ricans because your pops. That's bananas. So that's a whole nother story. But yes, those was Latin. He was talking shit about the Puerto Ricans, fucking Latin Kings. Shout out to Hard G. So I already knew there was a good chance he was gonna get his ass whooped. Once I saw him at the damn the baseball classic or whatever they call that shit, and he was talking shit about the Puerto Ricans. I already knew he was gonna get touched up. Fam. No, it was a baseball game. Fam. He got drunk. He started talking crazy about Puerto Ricans because of his father. His father did some weirdo shit. His father abandoned them, and then when he's in court, he want to try to pull back up. We ain't got time for that. His father did some weirdo shit. But that's neither here nor there. That's their stuff. Maybe it's fake. I don't got the slightest idea. But if this ain't fake, them niggas is washed. Maybe it's fake. But if it ain't fake, them niggas is a dub. Maybe it's fake. But if it ain't fake, them niggas is a dub. Also, if he just got beat up by some Latin Kings for fake, you do know the real Latin Kings will 100% put their hands on him now, right? I'm going to say this again. Let's say they did all that for fake. Now you know he can't go nowhere where real Latin Kings are now, right? You do know this, right? For all the people saying this shit is fake. You do know this, right? Let's say it's 100% fake. He can't go nowhere where the real Latin Kings are. Because they're going to really kill him. I'm just explaining this. If this is fake, if this is fake, he can't go where the real Latin Kings are. Why is that important to a person that lives in Miami? Do I need to tell you? The Latin Kings ain't the Bloods, ain't the Crips. This is a different type of time. Them niggas got a country. I mean, it's Puerto Rico, but them niggas feel like they got a country. I grew up with Puerto Ricans. I grew up with Puerto Ricans and I grew up with Dominicans. I grew up with them. I'm letting you know right now. It's all right, whatever. For people that think it's fake, whatever, right? I don't care. All right. For the people that think it's fake, every single thing that happens in the music industry is fake. Nothing is real. Even when the people die, that's fake too. Copy? Every single thing that ever happens in the music industry is fake. You like whose new song? You like who new song? Oh, I haven't heard it. I haven't heard it. Shout out to Troy Ave. He put me on the song. Not shout out to 6ix9ine. He didn't put me on no song. Shout out to Troy Ave. He put me on the song. Not shout out to 6ix9ine. He put me on no songs. I wish I had milk so I could make some coffee. I don't got no milk. I can't make no coffee. I damn sure don't want to go to the store. Maybe I'll go check it out. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out. We don't know. We'll see what happens. This is weird. Yeah, they got a hot 97 something. Wait, what? Huh? How did I get on hot 97 mailing list? Maybe that's not what this is. I don't know. No, I don't want to talk about that store. I just don't. I think they just try to upset me every day. I think it's just done on purpose. I think every time I go in there, depending on who I'm like, there's only like one or two people that work at the cash register that I don't. I think generally speaking, whoever see me is just trying to upset me. Like that, just so we can be clear. I think that that's all they're trying to do, just upset me. So I think that that's what they're doing at that store. They just so whoever I go to, they just trying to upset me. Yeah, I think they're just trying to upset me. So I just decided I'm just gonna wear my headphones whenever I go outside from now on. That's it. Oh, it's in Spanish. I'll still listen to it. Why not? One of the best ways to learn a new language is to listen to their music. Listen to their music, watch their media. I watch a lot of Korean shows. I watch a lot of Korean stuff. Reaper Keeper says, but I'll say it shows a lot of growth from 6ix9ine to thank his fans for showing him love in his new song. He never did that before. Seems like a lot more humbled. Okay. I thought that's things he did before. He never did that before. Okay. Problematic says noise cancellation headphones are key. Cancels out idiots in the street who bother you for no reason. I do that too. I don't like wearing headphones because I think it's dangerous. Just so we can be clear, but a situation happened the other day, and I just don't think. I think I just need to just never ever go outside again without having headphones on and all the noise cancel all the noise. I think they're trying to get me caught up with the police, so I go to jail. So so there's just people walking up on me trying to get into confrontations with me. I think they just trying to get me sent to jail though. That's what I think they're trying to do. Like they sending people up to me that don't got nothing to live for. So if they die or some weirdo shit happen, then no, don't nobody care because they ain't got nothing to live for. So, yeah, so I'm doing this for as long as I'm gonna be doing this. I don't know when I'm gonna end up in jail or dead. To be honest with you, preferably the latter. Anyway, in any regard. All right, back to what we're talking about. So as far as I'll tell y'all what the comment was again. I want to know what you guys think about the comment that my son left on the page. Um, Once again, I appreciate him taking the time out of his day and leaving a comment. I'll let you see what he left the comment real quick. I'll read it to you. It says, my man code stopped me from saying anything or showing up to court because I was never okay with Troy Ave. Realized he was responsible for Banger's death, and out of respect for the family, I remained quiet until after the trial. I don't want to interfere with their pursuit of justice, so I held my comments until after the phony clown testified to escape his own accountability. Respectfully, I can respect that comment. Just so we can be clear, I got questions revolving around the comment, but I can respect the comment. I don't have an issue with anything that he said there. But I do have an issue with. So if people think Troy Ave, pardon me, if people think Tax Stone should be innocent and he shouldn't be held accountable, I don't think right now is the best time to say, yeah, well, Tax shouldn't be free. Pardon me, Tax shouldn't be in jail. But during his trial, nobody wanted to step up and help. During his trial, nobody wanted to take the stand. They said there was at least about 50 people in the room. There was numbers up to 80 people that they're saying was in that room. I don't believe that the numbers was that high. They said it was a tiny spot, but there was at least 40 to 50 people in a congested area. Somebody saw something. Sentencing is April 19th, 2:14, a quarter after 2, I believe. I believe it's April 19th. So the only point I'm trying to make, and I'm just trying to be clear on this, is if you are an actual friend of Tax Stones, if you're his actual friend, and you decide and you knew what happened, but you decided you was not going to take the stand, I think that's kind of effed up. I'm just saying, you know how many innocent men are in jail because people didn't want to testify? New York cannot have a self-defense law. You know how many people would be creating situations so they could say self-defense? Also, remember, people believe it's self-defense if they insult you and then you physically attack them. So people believe that if they standing in your face talking crazy, so people do that. They stand in your face and talk crazy, then if you do anything to them, you go to jail. You understand? So self-defense is hard in states or in cities or in areas like big cities. It's hard. It's hard to prove, for one, and you're going to have a lot of people who they don't actually have a defense, but they're always going to say self-defense. You understand? You got a lot of people that there is no defense for their actions, but they're going to say it was self-defense, Your Honor. But the whole entire time, they were the problem. The whole entire time. Tax Stone, I just want to be clear on this. I believe Tax Stone, in my heart of heart, I believe Tax Stone gets found guilty of first degree, of second degree, pardon me, murder, and of attempted murder. If not for the simple fact that Troy Ave got on the stand and said that they attacked him first. If Troy Ave don't get on the stand and say that, then he's not getting manslaughter. He's gonna get murdered too. If Troy Ave don't get on the stand and say that, then he's gonna get found guilty for attempted murder. Troy Ave is the reason why he didn't get found guilty for the first 2 charges. Troy Ave literally gave them a motive, or pardon me, a shown that there was no intent. And like I told y'all, Troy Ave said he was trying to get out of the room. It was too many people there. He couldn't get out the room. At that point, he turned around and fired. So you mean to tell me if he could have got out the room, he would have never turned around and shot at Troy Ave? So Troy Ave is the one he has the issue with, not Banger. You understand? R.I.P. Banger. But Troy Ave was the one he had the issue with, not Banger. He had issue with them through osmosis, through relation. He didn't have an actual issue with Banger. They had an issue with Banger due to him having an issue with Troy Ave. So when Troy Ave said he was trying to get out of the room, there was too many people there. So he couldn't get through the door because they was all to the door first. And then he turned around and fired. What did I tell y'all? I literally told y'all that. Remember when I was saying that? And then somebody was like, oh, but how do you shoot at somebody and it not be the intent to kill him? Remember that part? Remember we had a dude in here that thought he was so smart arguing that shit with me? Am I the only one that remembers that? We had a dude in here arguing that shit with me. Like I didn't know what I was talking about. Remember? Had a whole dude in here arguing with me. So yeah, that's what Troy Ave said. Troy Ave said he was trying to get out of the room. First, Troy Ave jumped on him. Look, I'm going to tell you what the story is. They see Banger. Pardon me. Troy Ave, Banger see him. This is the story Troy Ave told. Before he see him, he's taking pictures with people, and they do show a person taking a picture, so he was taking pictures. They taking pictures with people. Then while he's taking the pictures with the people, what ends up happening is he hears somebody say, what's good? Something wrong, what's popping? He said he heard it twice, but he ain't pay attention to it until Banger said what's popping back. And then when he looked over there, he saw Casanova, so he knew who he was talking to. So then Banger turns around, looks at him and winks, and he gives Banger the head nod or whatever the case is. And then he throws the first punch and reaches for the gun. He falls down. There's a situation between him and Banger. The fire goes off. After the fire goes off, he tries to grab him again. He's unsuccessful, falls on the floor. This nigga tries to get out the room, Taxstone. While Taxstone's trying to get out the room, he can't get out the room in time, so he turns around, he fires at him one more time. That's not intent. None of that is intent. There's not one thing about that is intent. You jumped on him. That's why the first fire went off. Then you jumped on him again. He tried to get away, and then he turned around and shot at you. That's not intent. That's out of Troy Ave's own mouth. If not for Troy Ave, Taxstone gets caught on all of the major charges. I promise you. Because they didn't have, and I want to be clear about this. If Troy Ave doesn't testify at all, Taxstone's not found guilty of anything. I'm going to say this again. If Troy Ave doesn't testify at all, in my opinion, Taxstone is not found guilty of anything. Troy Ave is the one that said he did the shooting. Period. So if they don't have anybody get on the stand and say they saw Taxstone do it, then Taxstone is okay. Taxstone got found guilty, period, of anything because Troy Ave took the stand and pointed at him and said, he did it. He shot me. But understand, while doing this, Troy Ave also gave the reason in which why he was shot. But if Troy Ave does not take the stand, Taxstone is, because I want to be clear, because I know I said one thing, but I want to be clear on this. If when Troy Ave just took the stand, if Troy Ave doesn't say that part, just so we could be clear, if he does not say that part at all about Taxstone trying to run and then turning around and firing on him, right? So if that doesn't exist, if Troy Ave takes the stand but never talks about we hit him first, never talks about he tried to get away and then he turned around and shot him. If he never talks about that right there, Taxstone gets all of the maxes. But once he said those things, that removes intent. That shows that Taxstone had no intent. There was no intent behind this. Now, I'm going to tell you what the wild thing is, right? And this right here is what people want. This is what you want. What you want is for, if a person has a firearm on them and somebody attacks them, what you want is for everything that happens after that to be put on the individual who attacked the person with the firearm. That's what you want. That's not the way that our laws is currently set up, though. So the people that are advocating for Taxstone, I believe that's the angle in which they're attempting to come from. Taxstone had a weapon. They attacked him. Since they attacked him, everything that happened after that is their fault, because Taxstone would not have used the weapon if they would have never attacked him. That's what I believe some people's point of view or point of perspective is. Our laws in New York City are not set up for that. So that's why people keep saying self-defense. But that's not what you want. You don't want self-defense. You want Troy Ave to get in trouble for reckless endangerment. He knew that a person had a gun. He knew that a person had a gun, and then he created an altercation with that individual that he's saying he knew had a gun. That's probably reckless endangerment. You recklessly endangered everybody that was there. You knew that the person had a firearm, and then you commenced the attacking them. Yeah, I never said Taxstone was doing anything with any dudes in jail. Yeah, I never said that, by the way. That isn't even content that I would be interested in promoting. So if anybody is saying I said that, that's not the truth. I never said that. Everybody is getting kicked. Mariam Newson, obviously you are not heard what I had to say, but shout out to that. Montgomery Esquire. I'm assuming everybody is getting kicked at this moment. If you get kicked, I'm asking for you to come back and let me know you got kicked. Yeah, you don't even know what I'm talking about, Miriam. So I'm just gonna be quiet because I'm obviously talking about something that you don't understand. Oh, appreciate you, Donnie Words. Nah, I have money for milk for coffee for him. I appreciate you though. Shout out to Donnie Words. But if I go to the store right now, I'm live. So how am I gonna go to the store right now? My phone don't got enough charge anyway. I'm using my phone. And just so we can be clear, how would I get? Let's say I had no money at all. How am I supposed to pay for the milk with uh, uh, super chat? I can't pay for the milk with super chat. I'm not gonna see that super chat money until what month is this? April, May. I'm not gonna see that super chat money until like June. No, no, no. Somebody came in here and tried to say that Cat Attack Stone was doing that, but I don't do that. Yeah, so just so we could be clear, we had Duncan this morning. Just so we could be clear, I think that's the argument that people were trying to make, but that's more like a reckless endangerment on if you want to try to put that on Troy Ave. So Taxstone needed people to take the stand. Period. Nobody took the stand for Taxstone except for two people and three people. One of them was so Taxstone needed people to take the stand for him, man. I don't know what to tell you. He needed people to take the stand. That's why I'm telling you. Well, that's why I'm telling you that these dudes shout out to Teandre Willis. We got a green team member in the chat. Shout out to Teandre Willis Sr. He says, there's this the response I've been waiting for, tuning in and running it back to the start. The response you've been waiting for concerning what? Don't run it back to the start yet. Concerning what, Teandre Willis? So just so we could be clear, no, Taxstone, Taxstone, They needed, no. Troy Ave had to take the stand because they needed to have somebody say he did it. So Troy Ave had to take the stand. You get it? The problem is this. He also couldn't lie about what happened. So he had to say that he initiated the conflict. Explain what you mean by the Mano tax situation. Explain. Mano's girl should have testified. Period. Is that what you're talking about? Mano's girl should have 100% testified. If your woman can't take the fucking stand, if the chicks at the party can't take the stand, homie, y'all niggas is going to parties that if something go left, everybody leaving y'all in jail to rot. So I personally believe that Mano's woman was supposed to take the stand. That's my belief. You could believe different. I think Mano's woman was supposed to take the stand. I have been off social media for the last couple of days. Put me on the game. Somebody send me a DM. Mano had Troy Ave's chain and said it was fake. Wait, how he get the chain? Tiandre Willis Sr. says Tax needed way more testimonies, especially if they were struck by shots. Tax needed, if Mano's girl could have took the stand in Tax's favor, she was supposed to. Mano said Troy Ave was always a good little dude and he putting him in his place. I don't know. I don't know nothing about the chain. I'll look into it. I told y'all, DM it to me, if anything. DM me whatever y'all talking about. Somebody send me the video. I'll look at it right now. Hold on. I'll go look at Mano's page. Hold on. I'm going to go look at Mano's page. I don't think I'm going to look at this shit the same way y'all guys is looking at this shit. All right. So which one is it?
Keep in mind that greatness is ahead of you. Greatness is in front of you. Whatever that happened in your past already happened. I tell myself that every morning. Don't let your past. Keep in mind that greatness is ahead of you. Greatness is in front of you. Whatever that happened in your past already happened.
Okay, I just got to dub that because it's just getting in the way and it's making me play both audios. Hold on.
Fairy's handcuffed. Yeah. Baby. What we doing live? Yeah. Legally pressure. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't see the actual clip. Where's the clip at? He talking about this.
Yo, you know what I realized in life? In order. Baby. Yeah. Good morning. Top of the morning, top of the week.
When did he post it?
Let's get back on it. We on our grind. And just keep in mind that greatness is ahead of you. Greatness is in front of you. Whatever that happened in your past already happened. I tell myself that every morning. Don't let your past failures handcuff you. Don't let it hold you back from what lies ahead. You understand? Because as long as you're still alive, as long as you're breathing, as long as you're able, mind, body, and soul, you're still in the game. Let's get. Mouse on. Yeah.
All right, see, I said he's on his YouTube channel. Give me the timestamp and I'll go look at it. We'll talk about the wiretaps that caught Mysonne with Will. He was locked up. Well, all right, hold on. We're going to go to his YouTube channel. I'll subscribe. You said he's sitting in a car? I don't see no video of him sitting in the car. Somebody just send the damn video to me. Can somebody just DM it to me? I don't even know if this is the real Mano page. Let me unfollow here. This might not be his real page. Unsubscribe, rat bastard. That is his real page. All right, somebody sent me a sign. Hold on. This guy. All right. Oh, that is Mano's page. Is it a song? Because y'all about to get me hit by YouTube.
This thing is bigger than Nino Brown, and I gotta listen. If I'm going
Somebody said 2 and change, right?
Listen, who am I to judge? Everybody got a rule to follow. So I never had issues with you. But now, you know, after all these bricks and these backpacks, after all this talk, what cement? No, listen. After all this talk, these bricks in this backpack, you're talking so crazy, and you're talking about this money, and you're talking about this jury and all that. Brother, you should never talk money and jury, please. Because I bought something for you that I've been holding. I've been keeping it on ice for a long time. You know, I'm going to show you what it is. I've been holding this because I figured at some point that I would have to put you back in your place. And it's cold. Sure have. Brother, we kept it on real ice. Kept on. I've been holding this for you. You remember this is your Jesus piece. This is the Jesus piece that you wore every single day. You got up, you went to video shoots with. You got up, you put this around your neck. You went to parties with this. You went to industry events. You went to you did shows with this on. You took a lot of pictures with this on right here. Anybody that's watching this can find out that you easy find pictures of this same chain around your neck, right? The significant thing about this chain, because I don't want people thinking, oh man, oh grimy, yeah, this chain. This is the chain that Troy was wearing when he was got into his scuffle at Urban Plaza. And the reason why I held this chain is not because I didn't want to give it back, because I just felt like, maybe one day I would have to like step on him a little bit and remind him who he really is, right? The reason why I held this chain is not because I didn't want to give it back, but the chain is fake. This is fake. This is a fake chain. This is this chain that you wore every single day. This chain is fake. You wore this chain every fucking day. And I know y'all gonna say, oh, that's not his chain. He gonna say that's not his chain. But guess what? They gonna say we photoshopped it. They gonna say we photoshopped it. Mano came with a chain and photoshopped it because he hating on Troy. I have no reason. My life's been good. I've been doing my thing. I'm cool. I'm not the greatest nigga in the world, but I'm definitely not the lowest on the totem pole. You know, life's been good. But yeah, the thing is this. The reason why I'm pointing this chain out is to show you that you've been a liar since day one, right? You built a small career on lies. You've built everything on lies. Any man that get up every day and put this hunk of dark ass metal, this is fugaga. This is horrible. What is this? What Gotti, what is this? What is this? What the fuck? This is a piece of shit. This is a piece of shit. Like any man that put this on every single day and goes out.
Okay, so a couple of things I want to say real quick. First, I'm going to say some things in the defense of Troy Ave. One of the smartest athletes I've ever heard speak was Chad Ochocinco, and he said he never bought a piece of real jewelry. Now, we know Chad Ochocinco got real money. The nigga Chad Ochocinco even said he be buying clothes and wearing them shits like 3-4 days in a row. He said, yo, I paid too much for that shirt. I'm going to wear that shit again. Immediately. So I'm not really one of the people here that is like, let me see if that's fake. Let me see if that's real. I do understand as far as hip hop culture and what that means. I get that. But I'm not sure that I care that much if a rapper's chain is fake. I'm not sure I care that much. I don't care. I'm not telling you not to care. I'm saying I don't care. I don't think I care that much. I mean, amongst rappers, I guess your status is whatever the hell it is now. But I don't know if I care that much. I don't know if that's a big enough issue or deal for me to care about. Let me know what y'all guys think. I just don't think that's big enough deal. I don't think I care. It just sounds like you just trying to have Troy Ave name in your mouth. And I'm not coming for Mano. I just want this to be clear. But it just sounds like he was trying to have Troy Ave name in his mouth. He wanted to just mention Troy Ave for whatever the reason is. It just looks to me like they're constantly bullying Troy Ave. But at the same time, I don't know what the actual beefs are with him. Maybe they got real beefs with the guy. I don't know. What the fuck do I know? I haven't gotten the slightest idea. I only can tell you what I see. And I don't think that that's a big deal I don't think the shit about that the chain is a big deal. I just don't think that's a big deal. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's the biggest deal. Maybe there's no deal bigger. But dude, you held on to that chain for how long? Like you held on to that fake chain for how long? So I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that. I think that's too much. I think what somebody said, still trying to block Troy Ave instead of putting out better music. Well, I so I think Mano is in that area where he's gonna be at as far as music is concerned. I don't think he's looking to like drop an album that's gonna go like diamond at this point. Like, you understand? I think he's where he it plans on being in hip hop. You know, I don't think there's much room to go up. There's always a lot of room to go down, but I don't think there's much ceiling for him to go up. Mano's been involved in hip hop for a long time. He has a lot of friends in hip hop. I don't think, just so we could be clear, that this is going to be a dub for him or anything like that. I guess this all depends on how y'all want to accept this. Like, is this really something that you looking at? Like, yo, look, these dudes is like it's how you want to accept it. Right? It's how you want to accept it. I don't really care for it that much. I don't think it's a big deal. I just don't think it's a big deal. I think there's bigger deals. Um, I don't think it's a big deal. Especially since if I had jewelry, I'd always have the fake one and the real one, personally, me. I'd always have the real piece and I'd always have the fake piece. And if I'm going to go somewhere where we're in a small, tiny, congested room and I know there's going to be a million people in there with me, I might wear the fake piece. So I would always have, for any piece of, if I was in hip hop or whatever the hell, and I walked around with a piece, um, whatever the piece would be, y'all should already know what my piece would look like. But whatever the piece would be, I would definitely have a real one and a fake one. Absolutely. Yes, Troy Ave did mention him on the stand. He said he walked past the dead body. That's what Troy Ave said. He was trying to get Banger up, and Mano walked right past him. So I don't know how to take this. I don't know. However y'all want to take this, let me know. Put it in the chat. I have not been doing any promotion or anything like that anytime soon. If anybody would like to hit me about some, hit me up. I'm about to let y'all go. I appreciate everybody showing up this morning. I really needed to have a conversation. I appreciate everybody showing up this morning. Depending on I gotta start putting out more videos. So depending on how I can figure out how I'm gonna do that is depending on whether we're gonna start doing more lives during the day. I think one of the trolls that's still my content just DM me and shit and said thank you for the show today. If I tell y'all something, y'all never gonna believe me. That was deja vu from before YouTube even existed. I just had deja vu from the fucking 90s. No, that was the thing. I just had deja vu from the 90s. That was deja vu. Now the person's telling me off. I'm not trying to steal your content. All right, copy. Now they asking me, do I want to get a verified badge? I might need to get a verified badge just so people know that they talking to me. Yes, I just seen where Little Fizz is going viral about something. I don't know what it is yet at the moment. A judge in the YSL case just sent a potential juror to jail for 3 days for recording part of the jury selection with her phone.
Madam, I think that given the amount of time and energy and effort and care we spent in making that particular pronouncement, and I tell it multiple times for multiple reasons, and you decide you're going to do what you wanted to do. Pull out your phone.
What I wanted to do,
Well, you pulled out your phone and videotaped our proceedings, and that was in direct violation of this court's order. So I'm going to sentence you to 3 days of in jail, and that will otherwise satisfy your contempt. So
it's not going to be the payment. I thought you said.
No, I'm not going to fine you $1,000 because this court. I've given this same admonition a number of times, and there are varying reasons that we punish people in society. Okay, a fine of $1,000 and or 20 days in jail. Madam, I think that given the amount of time and energy and effort and care we spent in making that particular pronouncement, and I tell it multiple times for multiple reasons, and you decide you're going to do what you wanted to do.
It's not
pull out your phone.
What I wanted to do.
Well, you pulled out your phone and videotaped our proceedings, and that was in direct violation of this court's order. So I'm going to sentence you to 3 days of in jail.
He did a better.
This particular notice, and you videotaped our proceedings. It was just a brazen violation of these particular proceedings. I told you not to. If you just left your purse in your pocket, you would have not even put yourself in this particular predicament.
Right, but there was so much going on.
That doesn't excuse your behavior. And doesn't give you.
I didn't hear everything.
Madam, that does not excuse your behavior, and it doesn't provide it's the excuse for.
Okay, I just want to say something. Y'all do understand the bullshit that people say in the comment section don't win in court, right? Like when I'm saying something and then people want to just say, yeah, but this and this and that, and they say some bullshit ass excuse, and I'm trying to explain that wouldn't go in court, and then people trying to tell me I'm being biased. I'm not being biased. Y'all guys really just think shit will work in court that won't work. No, she's got to do 3 days. This is for contempt. You're doing every one of those contempt days. Oh, so you sent me something on IG? You sent it to which IG? I'll look at it. Okay, I don't see nobody that sent. You sent it to the which IG you sent it to? I'm assuming you sent it to the Jack Frost IG. Yeah, that was you. Oh shit! Why would you send that to me? You niggas is disgusting. I'm blocking you. You could have just told me what that was. Little Fizz is doing something no man should ever do. Ever. Now you blocked. Now who the motherfucker that said you sent it to my IG? You right there, right? You blocked over here too. I don't never want to see you ever get in my life. I don't never want to see you. I don't want to hear about you. I don't want to know nothing from you. Ever. What the fuck, fam? What the fuck, fam? What the fuck? What the fuck, fam? What the fuck? I think this is a good time to just call it an end. I gotta go. Like, comment, subscribe. The dude Little Fizz is showing his butthole to the world. That's the only way I could put it. It's disgusting. No man should ever be in that position. Ever. In the history of men. That's my opinion. And that's the way I feel about it. If you feel different, I'm not telling you you can't. I'm saying the way that I feel, no man in the history of men should ever be in such a position. So, not even a fake shout out to Lil Fizz. I can't even explain to you how upset I am that I saw that. Don't nobody ever send me anything like that. It's immediate block on everything. I'm gonna let y'all go because that's ruined my mind. I'm just ruined right now. It's this disgusting, and I don't want to talk to nobody about nothing. Like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. Halfway. I'm out.